Hi, what I'm going to show you today is how to create a video for your students and set it as an assignment on EdPuzzle. Now, in order to create this video, we're going to walk through a few steps. First is we're going to learn how to use Screencastify. Then we're going to learn how to take a screencast and put it on YouTube. Then we're going to learn how to take that YouTube video and put it on EdPuzzle and set it as an assignment for your class. Okay, so let's get started. The first thing that we want to use is Screencastify and learn how to use that. If you don't already have it installed, go ahead and go to screencastify.com and you'll go here and you'll see I already have it installed. It says already installed. If you don't have it, go ahead and install it. And I'm not going to go through the steps of how to install Screencastify because it's pretty intuitive and it leads you through the process. So if you don't have Screencastify, go ahead, pause this video now, upload it, and then start again once you've got it installed. Okay, so either you already had it installed or you pause the video and you're back with us again and now you have it installed. So once you have Screencastify installed, you're going to have this nice little extension in your Chrome browser. And in order to start Screencastify, you just click that extension and you have it on desktop. That way you see your whole screen and you have your microphone enabled and your webcam enabled. Nice. And then you go ahead and hit record. Now before you hit record, you want to make sure that you have your tabs ready, you have everything ready to go, because you don't want to be searching through stuff while you're already recording. You want it all set up and ready to go just like you're about to begin class. So hit record. And now your webcam is going to pop up and it's going to give you this option. Do you want to share your entire screen or just an application window? I think it's easiest and most intuitive just to share your entire screen. And my webcam is here. I already have a webcam showing up because I'm using another program to do the screencast, so that's kind of fun, double webcam. But usually you put it in the lower right corner. You can put it wherever you want by clicking and dragging it. You can also make it bigger or make it smaller, which is nice. So I'm going to keep mine here for now because that's convenient. I then click right here, and then I'm going to go ahead and hit share. And this is kind of this last moment. As soon as you hit this, you're going to get a countdown and then your recording will start. So I hit share, gives me my countdown, and I'm sharing. Cool. Now this little dialog box here, I don't want that, so I can just go ahead and hit hide. That goes away and I'm screencasting. Awesome, cool. Now let's say I started my screencast and all of a sudden someone walked in. Well, I want to be able to get rid of that. I want to be able to trim my video, and in fact you are going to be able to trim your video later on. So don't be concerned if you make a mistake in the very beginning. You can always just trim that part out. So you don't have to restart it every single time. Just take a breath and then start again, and then you can trim that part out later on, and I'm going to show you how to do that. Okay, so I'll end up trimming this, and you'll see me do it in the process. Now let's talk about this little extension here. So if I click on this now, you're going to see that it's recording, and I've been going for a minute. And then you see trash, undo, pause, stop. I don't want to hit stop because that's going to stop my whole screencast. But I could hit pause. And what pause works for is, let's say I forget what I'm going to say and I don't want that to be a part of the screencast. Well, I can just hit pause, and just like this, and it's going to pause the screencast, and I can do whatever I need to do, pull up a screen, whatever, and then hit play again and it will resume recording. Cool. Now the next part in these tools is the mouse pointer, and I can do highlight clicks, which I like. You can also do hide mouse pointer, which I don't, hide mouse pointer when not moved, which might be good for you, or just focus mouse, which puts a nice bright light around it. I like to just keep it on highlight click, so anytime I click it pops up. I can also use a pen, and that's cool. I can draw. It's hard to write with a mouse or the touchpad. Kevin, hey, that's me. Your handwriting kind of comes out sloppy. So if you don't have a writing pad and you'd like to write, then I suggest you get a writing pad if you want to write on your screen or use any sketching program. But if not, this is cool for like circling things or underlining things and, you know, driving a point across. If you ever want to erase, you go to the eraser tool and you can erase individually or just go ahead and hover over eraser. It's not doing it for some reason. Hover over eraser and it should be. I don't know why it's not right now. Oh, there you go. I just have to go to the different parts. So I just had to go over here and then it popped it up. Wipe screen clear. So that's always nice. If I've got a bunch of drawing and I don't want to erase it individually, I just wipe the screen clear. Cool. Now let's say that I want to hide my tools. Okay, I hide my tools, but then, oh wait a second, I realize I'm still on eraser and I don't want that and I've hidden my tools so I don't see them anymore. I just hit Option T. That's a hotkey, and I can get my tools back and go back to my mouse pointer. So that's cool, and then I can hide my tools with, I can hit that X or Option T again, and those tools are out of the way. Awesome. So that's the basics of doing a screencast. Now, let's say I want to do something like create a presentation. So I've got a presentation here from one of my fellow tech teachers teaching about beams and forces and loading, which is awesome, cool stuff. And so I can go through my presentation, and I'm here on Google Slides, and or this is actually just showing up on Google Drive, but you can open it with Google Slides, sure. And you just scroll through it just like you would look at it on your own screen. And the cool thing is that everything that's on your screen is also going to show up in your screencast, so you don't have to worry, oh, is this recording, is this being recorded, and is this going to be in the video? The answer is, if you can see it, then it's being recorded and it's going to show up in your video. So here's me just opening up on Google Slides. You can go into present mode, you can go into whatever mode you would usually go into. I'm not going to go into that because it's already taking long enough to just load it up, but the point is this. Anything that you can see on your screen, your students can end up seeing as well. So if you end up going to present mode, you'll be able to record that. Your students will be able to see it. Okay, so I'm going to close this down because it's just taking too long to load right now. And that's not fun, just waiting. So here's the thing. If it takes too long to load on Google Slides, just open it in Google Drive. Go through it this way. It's fine either way. It doesn't have to be perfect. The kids will get the point. The point with screencasting, with all this stuff, with teaching right now, is to do what works. Mr. Mitchell actually gave me a good word of wisdom. He said, focus on the priorities. What's really going to mean the most to students? Is it going to mean so much that it's pretty and beautiful and everything is perfect? No. I think what means the most is that they get to see your face and they can go through the materials just like they would in class. So don't worry if it's not perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just make sure that the most important thing is that you're going ahead and creating this video for them, and I think that means a lot. Do what works. Okay, so let's say I've gone through my presentation and I feel great, and I just hit it out of the park, and the kids made the most perfect screencast ever. Awesome, cool. Well, now I don't have to close out my windows. What I can do now, say I'm done with my screencast, is I just go ahead, hit my extension again, and there's a hotkey for this, but I'm not going to go through that right now, and just hit stop. Now as soon as I hit stop on my screencast, it's going to pull up this window, and this window is the basic editor. Okay, and in this window the audio is always going to be muted at first, so you can turn the volume up, and if I do, I'll be able to hear myself talking, which will be kind of weird right now because I'm talking at the same time as I would hear myself talking, but it's playing and it's nice. And I can go ahead and trim the video here, but what if I want to edit it differently? I don't want to just trim the sides. What if, I messed up here when, let's say the part where I was watching my Google Slides load. I just want to cut that out because that wasn't good for me, and I don't want the students to look at that. I want them to see it, so I want to trim that out. So if I want to trim stuff, I just go ahead and hit open in editor, and I open it up in editor. Loading your recording. Ready to make some magic with our editor? Yes, I am. Thank you, Screencastify. So this is a perfect example of something taking a long time to load. Um, you know, so in these kind of situations where you're just watching a screen load, a lot of times with websites, especially now with so many people using so many of these programs, is it might just be taking a long time to load. A lot of times we think that maybe there's an error, there's something going wrong, and I did something wrong and I should click on it again. You know, that might be the case. Um, and if that is the case, great. But the last thing that I want to do is just start clicking and clicking and clicking and clicking and re-hitting links over and over and over again, because what can end up happening is I will, you know, overload it even more and it will end up just defaulting and glitching. So I'm going to close out of this because it's not loading. Let's try it again. Hit open editor. Let's see, firing up, signing in, loading your recording. I'm ready. Are you ready, Screencastify? Awesome. Okay, so perfect example of things not being perfect and it being okay. So now that I've got an editor, um, I'm going to go ahead and use this bottom bit here. This shows my whole video, and I'm going to find the part that I want to take out. And so let's say it's this whole bit here. I can see this Google Slides bit here. I just want to get that out. So I click there and I hit play, and bam, that's where I hit Google Slides. So I'm going to find that. I click in that place. I go ahead and hit scissors. It's going to cut that. Then I say, okay, I want to get rid of it until I get out of Google Slides. And it looks like that was right here. I clicked out of it. So then I click again where I want it to cut again. I cut, and now I highlight this. This is highlighted, this is highlighted, this is highlighted. I want the two end bits. I don't want this bit, so I cut it out. Cool. And the same could be true if maybe I just wasted a bunch of time in the beginning and I was stumbling over my words and I just want to, I started again right here, let's say at 29 seconds, and notice that it shows you the amount of seconds right there. So I go ahead and I can cut that here, and I can cut out the whole beginning, or maybe I did the same thing at the end. So I click here, oh, this is the part, I can preview it. All right, that's where I want to cut it. I Command Z because I didn't cut it the right place. Oh, I wanted it there. Command Z, just like you would undo in any other program, undoes things here. I cut it, I get rid of it. Cool. Now I've edited my video, and I would like to not download it as an MP4, I'd like to save it to Google Drive. So I'm good. I want to save it to Google Drive. I'm going to name my video test screencast, hit save. Just a second while we get your link ready. Okay, Screencastify, thank you. And then it says you can share a link to your video now, but it won't be viewable until processing is complete. So it's processing my video now. That's nice. Thank you for processing my video now, Screencastify. Looks like it's taking a while. And again, that's okay. You know, a lot of these things are just taking a long time now. And so you kind of just have to have patience. It usually hasn't taken me this long. Usually my videos are processed quickly, so not sure why it is taking so long now. But once that video gets processed, how are you going to load it to YouTube? Because that's our next step. Well, you're going to go here in your Screencastify window, which is still going to be open, and you're going to go to My Recordings. And now I am not seeing this video because it's taking a long time to process, and I'm not sure why. And I'm going to find whichever one I want to share. Okay, so let's say I wanted to share that video. I click on it. Oh, wait, never mind. Oh, it's going, it's moving. Thank you. Thank you, Screencastify. Oh, looks like it's playing tricks on me. Let's see. Let's see. Maybe it's going to work. Oh man, this is just a wonderful example. I'm glad that everyone is seeing this live and direct. Okay, so I'm going to hit view after it's processed my video. I'm going to hit view, and now there it is, test screencast. Okay, good. Now, it's playing, so I'm just going to pause it. And I'm just going to do this awesome thing that's on Screencastify, which it just says publish to YouTube. Now, I have to have already hooked it up to my Google Drive account, obviously, but that was part of the install. I hit publish to YouTube, and now it's publishing to Kevin Minier, which is good, but I don't want it private. I want to put it as unlisted. And I could put a description here if I want, test screencast. Yay! All right. And then I hit upload. And it's going to upload it for me directly, which is really cool because usually you have to download and then upload yourself to YouTube. Uh-oh. Oops, something went wrong while publishing to YouTube, while uploading your video. Okay. That's not fun. You guys are witnessing all sorts of stuff, so I'm going to refresh my screen right now and see if I can help it. Publish to YouTube. So publish to YouTube, unlisted, upload. Uploading. Looks like it's uploading this time. Your recording has been uploaded to YouTube. So there you go. I'm so glad. Again, this is all happening in front of everyone. This stuff happens, and it's just a practice of just saying, okay, how can I try this again? You know, and so, okay, so I just refreshed my page and then hit publish to YouTube, and there you go. It worked. Now I go ahead. I can do copy link, but I want to actually just make sure it's good on YouTube, so I click view on YouTube. And now, viewing on YouTube, it says, oh, we're processing this video, check back later. Now here's the thing. You can trust YouTube in as much as it's YouTube, and it works. So that video was being processed. If I refresh, it might already be finished processing because it's really fast. But no, it's not. So if I come back here in about a minute, it will be processed. Okay, so I can trust that that's going to happen. But here's the cool thing. This video is now on YouTube. Cool. Now, I want to go on to step 3, which is uploading this video onto EdPuzzle. So how do I do that? Well, the first thing is I've got to create an EdPuzzle account. Now, if you haven't created an EdPuzzle account and you don't know at all about EdPuzzle, that's okay. I'm not going to teach you everything about EdPuzzle in this video because just like in Screencastify, EdPuzzle does it much better than me. And if you just go on edpuzzle.com and just create an account. You can sign in with Google. CCA's got us covered with the EdPuzzle account, so you just sign in with your Google address and then your Google account, and you just go through the steps, get started with EdPuzzle, and create an account. So if you haven't created an account on EdPuzzle yet, go ahead, pause the video, and do that now, and replay it once you're done. Okay, so either you already had an EdPuzzle account or you just created yours and you're back with me again. So now we've got our EdPuzzle, and you can see I got some stuff from Ms. Del Busto here. That's cool STEM in my school. It's because I'm a STEM teacher. Content, I get home, curriculum, Calvary, and my content. But what I want to focus on first is just my classes. So if I go to my classes and I want to add a new class, which I do, I can go ahead, add a new class, create a new class, and I'm going to say test class. In description, this is a test. You can say whatever you want. Classic, awesome. This is very good. So create class. Now, no due assignments, no due dates, even no students. If I want to invite students, I can just literally go to students and click invite students. There's a link here. I can copy this link and post it anywhere. The way that I have it is on my MyCCA. I went ahead and created a topic for my classes. So I'll just go to my robotics class. I have in my topics, I created a topic. I got the cool graphic of EdPuzzle, not necessary, but boom. I just have a link. It just says join EdPuzzle class. They click on it. There's a link. And when they click that link, it's going to take them to my EdPuzzle class to join it. So it's really that simple. They then, they'll see something different. They're seeing this because I'm logged into my account, but they'll see that link. They already know, most of your students know about EdPuzzle. They'll click on it. they'll join your class and they'll be in your class. From then on, you'll see them in your students. Cool. But what about assignments? All right, well, in order to create assignments, I've got to create content. So I already copied this link. Let's see if it's done processing now on YouTube. Hopefully, yes, it is. Cool. Yay, YouTube, thank you. So I'm going to copy this link from YouTube. And the way that I do that is I paste the link up here in search content, hit search, and it pulls up my video. That's cool. I can play it just to ensure that it's the right video. A mistake in the very beginning. Yeah, okay, that's what I said. I don't know if you guys could hear that. And then let's say I want to add questions. So this is if I want to cut it, but you already trimmed it in screencast, so chances are you don't need to cut it. And then questions. Okay, it's really cool to have questions on your EdPuzzle video. A lot of times I'll put questions at the very end. And so I'll say multiple choice question. And then I'll say, did you like this video? And they'll say yes or no. And if they don't like it, they got the answer wrong, because of course they like this video. So, and I can toggle between right or wrong answers. I can make that right. I can make this one right and this one wrong, sure. I can even make them both right, but be careful, because if you mark them as both being right, then the students have to select both answers. It's not like an either or thing, like, oh, they're both right so they can choose one or the other. No, EdPuzzle reads that as they're both right and they have to select both the answers to get the question right. So I'm going to turn this back to wrong. This is right, good. I'm going to scroll down here and hit save. It's going to replay it, and then just like the student would see it, do you like this video? Yes. Oh, it's the right answer. So I hit continue. And then I'm going to pause it because I'm done. I hit finish. If I want more questions, I could go throughout the video and watch it and see where I want to put the questions. I could put it all throughout the video, as many questions as I want. I could put an open-ended question. You can also put no questions at all. That's totally okay. And explore that. And again, if you want more about EdPuzzle and you want to learn more, just check out their own tutorials, EdPuzzle's tutorials. I'm going to hit finish. Once I've hit finished, cool, my assignment is finished. Now I want to assign it. I hit assign, I find my class, test class, I say start date today, but I only want to do on Friday. You make it do whenever you want. Oh, you have to be careful. You have to scroll down here and hit save. You can also have it do at a specific time, 11:59 p.m., sure. So now that's start date today, due date tomorrow. This is important. I don't want to allow the students to skip through. I want them to have to watch the whole video, so I prevent skipping. This is turning on closed captions, so it'll listen to my audio and try its best to caption it for me. I keep that off. You can put it on if you'd like. And then I just hit assign. And once I have done that, it is now in my assignments. Wow. And that's it. That's the process. You're done. Because if I look at my classes now and I look at due assignments, there it is. Test screencast due on March 27th. Turned in. No one's turned it in because I don't have any students. And then later on, once they've turned it in, I can go to this assignment. I'll see students and their responses. I can also go to gradebook. In my classes, I can see, for instance, how many students have gotten it done, and I can click on these and see all the different students and what they've gotten done. Okay, so again though, if you want to learn more about EdPuzzle and you want to learn more about their gradebook and stuff, this screencast is already so long, so I'm not going to go into the nitty-gritty of using EdPuzzle. Again, their tutorials are really great. But at this point, you're done. You've done it. The last thing that you want to do is you want to create, rather, I shouldn't say you're done and then say there's something else to do, but I mean, this is fairly straightforward. You've done it a million times. You want to go ahead and create an assignment. And you want to say, hey, add an assignment for my class, EdPuzzle assignment number 1, and then say watch the EdPuzzle videos, and maybe tell them which ones, test screencast, sure. And then, however you want to create the assignment, whenever you want it to be due, you fill out the assignment that way. But it's important to do that on MyCCA as well as EdPuzzle, just so it's all on MyCCA and they know, hey, this is the assignment, this is when it's due, and they're all checking MyCCA for their assignments anyway. So that'll pop up for them. Okay, that's basically it. I know that was a long process, but again, this is a video, and just like your students, maybe they understood some of it, maybe they didn't, but if you need to go back, you can do that and watch it again, and just go through it step by step in order to get it. If none of this made sense or you have questions, please feel free to contact me and send me an email, and I'll be glad to help out as much as I possibly can. With that being said, that's basically it for me. So God bless you and have a great day.